Oh boy, there is so much to unpack here around this whole insane story about Harrison Butker and the speech that he gave that has now left many feminists out there absolutely losing their minds. People like The View with Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, all of them. They are freaking out and losing their minds. The NFL has issued a statement condemning Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, who gave a speech blasting Biden, DEI, and degenerate cultural values. There is a lot to get into.
It is only in the past few years that I have grown in courage to speak more boldly and directly, because as I mentioned earlier, I have leaned into my vocation as a husband and father, and as a man. To the gentleman here today, part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture. And when that is absent, disorder, dysfunction, and chaos set in.
So that is one of the things that he said that sent feminists into a complete tizzy, and they are losing their minds over what he said right there.
This absence of men in the home is what plays a large role in the violence we see all around the nation. Other countries do not have near.
And you can look at all the statistics, and all the statistics back that up 100%.
Really, the same absentee father rates as we find here in the U.S., and a correlation could be made in their drastically lower violence rates as well. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural.
Men should be unapologetic in their masculinity, but we want soy boys. We want little softies, little squishy guys that we can control. You can't have strong male leaders. I can just hear all of the feminists just losing their minds, and it's so funny, dude.
Emasculation of men. Do hard things. Never settle for what is easy.
He also just absolutely just destroyed Biden, and it was hilarious.
Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is...
He's not wrong, man. He is not wrong.
Led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting on every single level. That is just evil, man. It is so evil.
These are the sorts of things we are told in polite society to not bring up. You know, the difficult and unpleasant things. But if we are going to be men and women for this time in history, we need to stop pretending that the Church of Nice is a winning proposition. We must always speak and act in charity, but never mistake charity for cowardice.
100%. And dude, he has so much good stuff to say here, and he's so correct. The church in America has become so extremely pathetically weak. The statement from the NFL comes as the change.org petition has crossed 125,000 signatures demanding that the Chiefs dismiss Harrison Butker for discriminatory remarks, which is just so ridiculous and weak and pathetic. Harrison Butker gave a speech in his personal capacity.
His views are not those of the NFL as an organization. The NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger.
Which they're obviously not about inclusion whatsoever. They're very much focused heavily on the woke agenda and pursuing the woke agenda, which is not about inclusion whatsoever. The woke insanity has no room at all in its space for Christianity, for conservative values, for any of these types of things. They will absolutely do everything they can to destroy Christianity and conservative values in any way that they can. There was also this absolutely insane thing that happened where Kansas City, the official account for the city of Kansas City, Missouri, all right, the place where the Chiefs are from, and they said, we apologize for our previous tweet. It was shared in error. And the tweet that they shared was a tweet that doxed Harrison Butker. Okay, and it's in the comments here. I'm not going to scroll down and show it just in case, but that is something that the Kansas City official account, they did that. And if you actually look into the person that is the social media manager for this account, yes, shockingly enough, she is a woke black woman. Who would have thought, right? But things only get more and more insane with The View that lost their hive mind over Harrison Butker remarks. So we have some things coming from them as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and check this out.
So I agree with you and I disagree with you.
That's okay.
So in the spirit of freedom of speech, I don't want people shut down or fired for things they're willing to say.
Yeah.
I will break with you on the comparison to Colin Kaepernick for this reason. Colin Kaepernick was standing up for the rights of many and saying in a social justice moment, this is a reminder that we're not there yet. What this man is doing is not just a devout Catholic. This is someone who's practicing something called the traditional Latin Mass, which is a divergent.
By the way, nothing that he said, nothing that Harrison Butker said was anti-Christian or unbiblical whatsoever. Sarah Haynes is a professing believer, but she is obviously someone who has been infected by the feminist mindset and the woke agenda and all of that type of stuff. It is extremely obvious in the viewpoints that she has, which are not grounded in biblical worldviews, but are instead worldviews that have been skewed by feminist ideologies. But anyway, with all this being said, let me know what you think about all this whole craziness around this Harrison Butker situation. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.